Welcome back to Party Chat. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Cyberine.
Today, we're all about the wonderful world of Valorant.
Indeed, a game I can say I wholeheartedly know nothing about.
Don't worry, I'm going to tell you all about it. Valorant is one of the newest games to dominate the competitive scene. So we're going to cover the history of Riot Games and their evolution into games like Valorant. Then we'll examine what the community for this game looks like, for better or for worse.
Okay, I'm following you so far. Johnny, tell all of us about Riot Games.
Riot Games is an American studio in Los Angeles, California that was founded in 2006 by Brand Beck and Mark Merrill. It's most known for being both a video game development company and an esports tournament organizer.
If you've been into the gaming side of the internet, chances are you're like me and you've heard of League of Legends.
No doubt about it. They released League of Legends in 2009 as their first game, which was a free-to-play multiplayer battle arena.
Right. It's another game I never really got into, but I'm a big fan of, their animated content on Netflix. And around that time, I was probably playing like Minecraft or something.
Yeah, me neither. But we're definitely in the minority here, given that just 4 years after its release, it was the game with the highest active player count.
That's a lot of people, I guess. I usually find myself on, like the more niche gaming communities, smaller gaming communities. But with a player size that large, I'm sure that the tournaments are insane, right?
Right. Riot Games created massive tournaments for the game, like League of Legends World Championship, the Championship Series, and mid-season invitations.
Sounds like Riot hit their peak with League of Legends. But they are a studio just like everybody else, so I'm sure they have other games to offer. Tell us about those, Johnny.
Right, so they did release other games like Teamfight Tactics and Legends of Runeterra, but nothing would even come close to League success. That wasn't until 2019 when Riot Games began to tease their next big release, Project A.
And by Project A, I'm assuming that's a working title for Valorant?
You'd assume correctly. It's Valorant. This game released in June 2020 after nearly 6 years of it being in development.
Gotta love a successful release, am I right? So tell me and the viewers a little bit more about the game, though. Like, what is Valorant?
Sure, let's start with the game. Valorant is a 5v5 tactical first-person shooter. One team attacks, the other defends. With position swapping after 12 rounds, the first team to win 13 rounds wins the match.
Okay, I'm following you. That's straightforward so far. Every FPS player knows that. So, give me some more. Give me some more.
Well, if you've ever played CSGO, you'll notice some similarities between the two. For one, the entire premise of the main game mode is about bomb planting and defusing. If you're a Call of Duty fan like I am, then your first thought was probably search and destroy.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm following you. I used to play search and destroy a little bit. I dabbled.
All right, so, okay, there you go. Now we're getting somewhere.
Right.
We also have a predictive recoil system. Each gun has its own pattern of recoil that you need to learn to control. If you don't, well, you can pretty much say goodbye to any chance of you winning gunfights.
Enough to kill an opponent too, so it's really a complete waste of ammo if you try to hose them down with bullets.
All right, and that's where the CSGO comparison comes in. I get it.
And finally, the game also features an agent system. There are now 16 agents to choose from, each with their own unique set of abilities that completely change the flow of the game.
Okay, so to sum it up for gamers like me that don't really play this type of stuff, Valorant mixes the heroes from Overwatch, gunplay from CSGO, some rules and game modes from Call of Duty or something, and, just mixes them all up into one fun game. I can see why that could be a fun combination, Maybe I'll try it out one day.
There you go. That's the best way of looking at it. And it is working out great for them. Valorant is one of the top games played online, hitting a peak of 15 million players in 2021. And not only that, but the game has become prominent in the competitive scene, spawning dedicated esports team from 100 Thieves and Cloud9. And since this is Riot Games we're talking about here, they're pushing hard for this. This year, they created the Valorant Champions Tour, a global tournament series that has players competing to be the best in the world.
Okay, so it sounds like Riot Games are trying to do with Valorant what they did with League of Legends. Just take over the FPS space. I mean, it's possible, but they have a lot of steep competition, man. That new Halo Infinite is pretty fun.
Now, this all sounds well and good, but of course, there's a catch. We can't talk about really any Riot Games game without acknowledging the toxic side of the community.
I heard that it's pretty rough over there, like worse than normal.
As popular as the game has gotten, there are always going to be people who ruin the fun. Dialing real quick back to League, it's gotten so bad that people consider the toxicity part of the entire game's experience.
I mean, that's what comes with some of them, but we know the companies can't really stop the players from being themselves. They'll do whatever they can to help, but they try to do it, make it as clean as possible.
For sure, they've added features like the report and the mute buttons, but it's a problem that will always find a way through.
So, the trend of the toxic community followed from League of Legends onto Valorant, as it does with, most games in this space today. What else did you expect?
Yeah, but how does the title Most Toxic Community sound to you?
If that is toxic, that's pretty crazy.
This is exactly what a survey done by the Anti-Defamation League said about Valorant. According to the survey, 79% of players have received some form of online abuse while playing. It also found that 42% of respondents have actually stopped playing the game entirely because of its community. Just now, here are some examples from the game.
They're using the most shittiest gun in the game.
Yeah, because they're retards.
It's just FF, there's no point. I don't want to waste my time with this 6-year-old.
Man. Yo, what if we start using real guns instead of dogging on these guys?
You wanna know why I'm really happy?
Shut the f up!
I'm really
No one
happy.
asked, 6-year-old, no one
I'm
asked,
so
like...
happy.
Let's
I'm
give him
so
attention.
happy.
Cool.
He wants attention. That's what he wants.
The reason I'm happy is because my mom has a 10% chance of living.
Hope she dies.
It's a shame. Kids these days would never survive in my era, man.
You and me both, but obviously, things are way different today than they were before. That's all we have for you today. Riot Games is working insanely hard to recreate that League of Legends magic, knowing there is a plethora of other competitive shooters out there.
And while it sounds like they're getting close to that goal, their community is definitely not helping reach it.
Log on to next week's episode where we talk about games as a service.
That sounds wonderful. Another game type of style that I really don't involve myself with. No Fortnite.
Make sure to like, comment, and share the video with your friends, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yay, bye.